Reflection is the pause button in life scales. It's where growth happens and self-awareness begins. In a world that is constantly moving, we rarely hit the brakes and look back. And so we end up missing out on life lessons that could shape us. Well, in today's episode, I'll be taking time to explore the idea of reflection and why it's a nice idea and an essential part in becoming your better self. This is Bezos so welcome back to Bezos Chivozi, where we dive deep into life topics, ideas, breakthroughs, and everything in between. So today's episode, we're going to talk about reflection. And reflection in the sense of your journey to self-awareness. Now, the reflection I'm talking about is not the casual thinking about what happened during the day. I'm talking about the structured, intentional reflection. That kind of reflection that helps you connect the dots from your experiences and then you grow from them. Well, this practice has been a game changer for me, and I want to share how it can work for you, how you can harness it. What is reflection? My school of thought suggests that reflection is a process of looking back on experiences, thoughts, and actions and considering what they mean. It's not just about replaying memories. It's about asking yourself the meaningful questions. Let me say, why did I react this way? What did I learn from this experience? How can I do better next time? It's all about those meaningful questions. But the purpose of this exercise is not to judge yourself or dwell on the past mistakes, but to gain insights and lead a better sense of growth, a better sense of self-awareness, because we all know that history repeats itself. But how best can you make history a learning platform in your life? Now, personally, I reflect every 2 days. Sometimes it's based on significant events that happen during my day. Whether it's a discussion or an argument, I make some time, sit down, think through it, and learn from it. You know, like that time after a very good casual or heated argument, you start getting very good points that you would have used. Well, I get that a lot. So let me break it down for anyone that doesn't know how to start the reflection process. Now, first, you have to set time aside. And this time should be favorable for you. It should be you and you time. You and you time. I mean it. It should be your time. No distractions, no social media, no using of your phone. Nothing. Maybe if you're using your phone to journal, but I would advise you journal more using a pen and paper. So, after setting the time aside, recall the event. Recall the event, whatever it was. Was it a decision you made? Was it a difficult conversation you had with someone, an argument or something? Then ask yourself the hard questions. And now remember, it's you time. So at this point, you can really answer these questions because there's no one that is going to hold you accountable apart from yourself. So you ask yourself, why did this situation affect me? What part of myself was triggered, or what part of me was challenged? What am I proud of in this situation? What could I have done better? These questions will help you find the lesson. Because remember, our self reflection is all about us trying to get a lesson and then change for the better. So after you finding the lesson, then plan for the growth and improvement. Because what's the point of you understanding what the mistake was, or understanding how good you were at something, or understanding the loophole that you had, and nothing changes? As long as you are honest to yourself, the beauty of reflection will surface. You will learn of your hidden fears, insecurities, and strength you didn't even realize you have. For me personally, self-reflection has helped me. I've been able to identify patterns in my behavior. I can easily know what will stress me, what will excite me, what I should do in a given situation, what I shouldn't do, because I try to do self-reflection. Self-reflection has helped me understand my emotions on a deeper level, why I act the way I act sometimes, because I'm getting more self-aware. It helps me stay accountable to my goals. It has also helped me check on myself regularly, whether I'm growing. Personally, I have a list of things that I wanted to accomplish by the end of this year. And so whenever I do self-reflection, because there are gauges, there is the 2-day self-reflection, there is a monthly self-reflection, there is a quarterly self-reflection. Based on the goals you set out to achieve, what have you achieved? Without reflection, you're like a football team that goes to the second half without talking to their manager or the technical team. They keep doing the same things. They keep doing the same mistakes. They keep passing the ball the same way. But if you go talk to your manager, technical team, before you go out for the second half, you get tactics, new tactics, how to win the game better if you're already winning, how to keep the defense. And that is just an analogy to show you that if you don't do self-awareness, you won't progress. You'll be doing the same things all the time. But if you sit down and be the manager to your life and be the technical team to your life, you start to see this was done wrong, this was done right, this was done this and this and this. Because self-reflection is good and will always be. You will become a better decision maker because of self-reflection. You will even improve your relationships, that is with people, with your loved ones, with your soulmates, in quotes. Yeah, you'll be better at these things if you reflect on yourself. You'll also have growth as a person, because at the end of the day, reflection is the most powerful thing we have for self-awareness and growth. It helps you slow down a bit, hit the brakes on life, face yourself. Because the biggest thing that people don't do regularly is to face themselves and ask themselves, am I really on the path that I have set out to do? Am I fulfilling my purpose on this world? That is the self-reflection I'm talking about. So you end up knowing the good and the bad side of you if you do self-reflection. And in return, you have clarity about your life, you understand everything better, and you even have the power to change some. So, what are you waiting for? Set some time aside, get yourself in check, recall the events, ask yourself those hard questions, find the lessons, plan on your growth. Because after reflection, the next step should always be growth. The next step should be better. The next step should be 1% better than the way you were before you started the reflection. Anyway, I'll end by saying that self-reflection is just a step in your growth. There are very many things you can do, but if you know yourself, if you are aware of yourself, then you know what to attack, you know what to grow, you know what to water so that it grows better. You know what to give fertilizer in your life so that it grows better. You know what to mulch so that it keeps the other small traits, the other good traits, so as to have your growth to be better. Thank you for listening. And if you like this episode, share it with a friend. Ensure that you don't stay with this information alone, because the goal of this podcast is to ensure that we all have a work mindset and go after our lives, because no one is going to go after our lives. The main reason as to why I actually did this podcast as a whole, Bezos Chibozi, I was trying to go after my life. I sat down for more than a year thinking about this podcast. But at the end of the day, I had it aired. And that's me going after my life. So, thank you for listening. If you liked this, leave a review. Follow all my pages, Bezos Chibozi. Until next Monday, I'm still your host. Thank you for listening.